Bill Gates being the man with the world's most used computers, we have two other men with the world's most visited website. Well, let's get started. Larry Page and Sergey Brin are the 10th and 14th richest people in the world respectively. As co-founders of Google, they represent the most visited website in world history and have a tremendous amount of capital to spend. In fact, they have a combined net worth of more than $120 billion today. We're answering the question: how does it Google founders spend their billions first? Let's look at their homes in 2008. Sergey Brin. It's just a 3,457 square foot home in Manhattan, swanky, West Village for $8.5 million. The 4-bedroom penthouse apartment has a 23-foot balcony and a limestone bath with heated floors. Elizabeth Sample and Brenda Powers, brokers with Sotheby's in Manhattan, said that since the West Village is so hot right now, Brin's apartment would be worth about $11.5 million through, and also owns a 30,000 square foot mansion in Alpine, New Jersey. That costs a cool $48.88 million. The 12-bedroom 19-bathroom spread boasts an indoor basketball court, fitness center and a pool. The pad also comes with a 4,000-bottle wine cellar, movie theater, ballroom, formal dining room, dining terrace and 3 bars as the living quarters. The master suite has 2 spa bathrooms and dressing suites, and there's also a fully equipped stuff apartment. And this is just the beginning. And then there's Larry Page's Lynn's home. His 8,149 square foot Palo Alto home has 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. Page purchased the home for about $7 million in 2005. A few years later, he built another home on the property, which is about 6,000 square feet and entirely eco-friendly. The Palo Alto Weekly reported changes. New home has an elevator and green elements like a rooftop with solar panels and a rooftop garden and pervious paving in the parking lot. The Weekly reported that Page has been violent up adjacent properties for the past few years, all under various limited liability company names, according to Santa Clara County Public Records and neighbors. According to the Santa Clara County Assessor's Office, the home was valued at approximately $7.5 million for the 2011 tax year, but that's just for one home. The value of the complex of homes would be much higher. But what about when the Google founders are away from home? Of course, they like to kick back in their own. The odds: the world's fastest super yacht, the Dragonfly, is owned by Sergey Brin. Built from aluminum, the Dragonfly is touted as the most stylish and efficient super yacht on the water in 2011. It was up for sale for around $18 million and was reportedly purchased by Mr. In the boat cruises at 25 knots and it can sleep up to 18 guests, taken care of by a crew of 16. Back in 2018, Larry Page purchased a second-hand yacht for $45 million. The internet guru bought the stylish 194 Ford Expedition super yacht Senses from New Zealand tycoons. So Douglas Myers, the steel-hulled yacht, was designed by Aku Schatz and built back in 1999 at Germany's Schweiz yard. He was remodeled in 2010, featuring interiors by design genius Philippe Starck with accommodation for 10 guests and 14 crew over 6 decks. And then there's the investment in flying cars. Recent. This is in battery density propulsion systems and sense and avoid technology. I'm driving the current investment frenzy into flying cars. The overarching idea is that electric cars will be smaller, quieter, safer, easier to fly and cheaper than traditional helicopters or private planes. Larry Page certainly seems to agree with this sentiment because he invested $100 million of his own money into a flying car starter. Kitty Hawk employees have conducted more than 1,000 tests. It's over Nevada's length, Las Vegas, and the company is ready to start giving rise to business partners and other influences who might drive sales along with wealthy people. Border. They're like houses. You can expect early deliveries to go to fleet operators such as amusement parks. It could solve a huge transportation crisis. Page said he imagines a world where people use these vehicles to zoom from Palo Alto to San Francisco in 11 minutes, a journey that currently takes 90 minutes or more during rush hour. This is in addition to the founders' personal air fleet. Between the executives, they have 8 private jets total. Their first acquisition was a Boeing 767-200 from Qantas in 2005 through their holding company Blue City Holdings, an entity that belongs to the founders directly and not Google. Originally built in 1987 as a commercial airliner for the Australian carrier, the plane was purchased by the founders for $415 million. The pair then spent another $10 million converting the aircraft into an actual private jet. Whilst an impressive sum, the transaction was a great deal for the holding, with the cost of construction of a new Boeing business jet starting at near $200 million. According to local publications, the converted Boeing had 2 staterooms, a shower, a dining area, 15 first-class seats and a lounging area with the capacity to carry a total of 50 passengers as per FAA regulations. The aircraft has since been In all around the world numerous acquisitions followed and Google even built its own airport. The occasion arose when San Jose Airport was looking to release our 29-acre facility on its airstrip previously owned by Atlantic Aviation. Moving in on the deal, Blue City Holdings, the company operating the private fleet of Google's co-founders, brought in Signature Flight Support to operate the business jet terminal, into the construction of which it invested here $82 million in addition. A lease agreement of $3 million per year over 50 years with the city of San Jose, aiming to use it for its own executives at the private terminal, is also made available to other business jets that land in San Jose Airport. The benefits for Google's founders are also clear, or as most Fortune 100 executives operate a corporate and apartment in some fashion. Operating your own airport near your base of operation is a luxury that few billionaires around the world can ever get, regardless some of the cost. If it isn't already clear, the Google founders have a passion for aviation. The most recent addition to the fleet was a Dornier Alpha jet. It's a fighter jet built by Germany's Journey and Francis Dustebroek, a highly advanced tactical trainer with close support capabilities, according to militaryfactory.com. A Google spokesperson told the New York Times. The fighter is outfitted with scientific instruments for NASA missions. Because of the type of aircraft we are talking about, NASA now has the ability to do even more than they could before, said a Google rep. The sleek two-seater is capable of traveling 600 miles per hour. Of course, these billionaires have pretty sweet rides sitting in their garages as well. Back in 2015, Sergey Brin became the owner of the fourth Tesla Model S electric crossover, part of the first batch unveiled at Tesla's factory. These were all reportedly found. His series models were reserved for board members and close friends at the company. Officially the first model examples are all Signature Series models with 90 kWh battery packs and the new autopilot autonomous system. The Model X has double-hinged falcon wing doors that open upwards along the leading edge of the door to remain tucked close to the body, unlike traditional gull-wing doors. A new model retails for $110,000. Larry Page also prefers to drive an electric car, but they opted for a much less flashy model, the Toyota Prius. The base price is only $39,000, but Page seems to value function over flashiness. However, Page has another connection to Tesla. After all, you know, if I were to get hit by a bus today, Google co-founder Larry Page once reportedly said, I should leave all of it to Elon Musk. That's admittedly an unorthodox way to handle one's estate. Most wealthy individuals leave their money either to heirs or to a charitable foundation, but as Page later explained, he thoughts on Tesla Motors' SpaceX CEO could do more good with the money. In interview with Charlie Rose, Page minting Musk's idea of packing up humanity by creating a parallel civilization on Mars as an example of an effective way to improve the world through business. That's a company and that's philanthropical, he said, but it turns down for in has a very different mentality regarding altruism. He donated $1 million to the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, the organization that played a critical role in helping his family escape anti-Semitism in the Soviet Union and migrate for the States 30 years ago. The New York Times ran an article and interview with Friend about the donation, revealing that Sergey's mother, scientist Eugenia Brin, is also a director of the organization. In the interview, Sergey Brin announced that he and his wife and Voyagitsky would like to engage more substantially in philanthropic endeavors, acknowledging that the $1 million donation is relatively small if you consider the fact that his personal wealth is now an estimated $62 billion. According to Times, so far the Brin family has donated over $30 million to charity, particularly to organizations that are involved with Parkinson's disease. Compared this to Larry Page, who caused a huge controversy by donating more than $400 million without giving any of it to charity. In 2015, Painters Foundation dug deep and directed $94 million in New Christmas Time Giving. The next year, around the same time, it sent $129 million out the door. Or by 2017, the group was donating twice as much during the holidays as it was just 2 years before, giving $118 million from his fortune to philanthropy, but in the end none of it went to charities. The fact is that in doing this, Paint is making an excellent case for the regulation of donor-advised funds, including minimum payout and transparency requirements, because there could not be a clearer, more flagrant or more cynical violation of the spirit of the requirement that foundations spend at least 5. Is there a sense on charitable contributions each year? Meanwhile, 99.5% of the money paid out went to donor-advised funds, but he controls the grant-making from that point on because there is no transparency for even the largest of individual funds. There is no way of monitoring when and how much is dispersed, though. They have a nerdy appearance, both founders, like a good celebration. Bring married entrepreneur Nicole Shanahan back in 2017. Unlike other Silicon Valley couples, for enhanced, Shanahan have made no secret of their relationship, choosing to go public with the news that they were dating by appearing on the red carpet of the 2016 Met Ball with forensics envoy Chitsky and her then view Alex Rodriguez. The carbon-conscious lovers even arrived together in the same car in a move that Vanity Fair later called henspinningly civilized. The couple, who married in swimsuits at a Bahamas sandbar in 2017, have 2 children. Green also pays the salaries 47 people who work for him personally, either in an administrative sense or around his house. And let's not forget that Google is no longer simply a search engine, with the parent company Alphabet. Brin and Page also owned a large stable of over 160 subsidiary businesses that have played a role in turning the corporation into one of the largest on earth in terms of market capitalization. You may already be familiar with most Google products such as Android, Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Chrome, Home and Google Maps. You may not be aware, however, of the various nascent companies that operate under Alphabet. These include YouTube, Waymo and Wing. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends, and subscribe to Mr. Rich if you're interested in videos talking about luxury. Well, my quote for today is: when God gives you a new beginning, don't repeat the old mistakes.